information about my personal life, and that's mainly because nothing has been going on. So I spent last night thinking of something that I could tell you about myself, and well, I found this in my room, and I thought, there's a story. Before we talk about, I just want to prove how lame my life actually is. So I woke up this morning to my cell phone being off because it's been acting kind of strange since the torrential downpour I was caught in a really long Saturday video. But when I turned it on, I had a voicemail. I know you're thinking, a voicemail? Well, that could be a good thing, right? Well, that's according to how you look at it. It was a voicemail from my uncle, asking if I could come over to his house and let out his dog because it wouldn't go out in the morning time. Of course, I had nothing going on, so I said sure. But he gave me two rules. The first was to make sure the cat was nowhere near the backyard. And the second, similar, make sure the other dog is nowhere near the backyard. Apparently, the dog that I was going to let out gets extremely vicious and angry when there's other animals around. So when I got there, I knew that rule number 1 and 2 weren't going to be a problem at all. I mean, honestly, how could something that adorable make you really angry? And when I found the other dog inside, this is the reaction I got. I mean, unless this dog is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I don't really see the problem here. So here's a little of the footage of me trying to tame this evil dog. You wanna fetch? Hey, Benny, you wanna fetch? I'm gonna try to race the greyhound. Let's see what happens. Hey, Benny, you ready? Benny, you ready? Ready? Set, go. Let's go. Okay, this isn't working. So now that you know how my morning started off, let's get back to the story that I planned on telling you about. So if you watched my second video, Release My Opinion, you've seen this shirt.
But I love this shirt. It's a fantastic shirt.
And if you haven't, you just saw it anyway. First off, that's like my favorite shirt ever, and it was given to me by an ex, but that is not why I love it. That shirt is like the epitome of my senior year of high school, which was like 4 years ago, but still, it's very important. You see, in high school, I wasn't exactly popular, and mainly because I wasn't a people person. I mean, I played football and I did theater in my senior year, so I knew people, but I didn't really like to hang out. That's kind of how this shirt got started. Because in the mornings in high school, people kind of got in their little groups and stood in random places around the school. And I didn't really want to pick one group just to stand with because I didn't really want to hang out with one person for that long. So I started a senior year tradition. What I did was, every morning when I got to school, like 15 minutes early because I hate being late, I would walk laps around the school, saying good morning to everyone I saw. And usually, I made more than one lap, telling the same people good morning over and over and over again. I guess this basically went on all year long. And that's a really long time to walk in circles saying good morning. The funny part about it is, by the time I'd been doing it for a couple of months, I didn't even say good morning to people anymore. They said good morning to me. As I said, I wasn't really that popular. And that's what makes the next part of the story kind of ironic. So I showed you this earlier, and that's because I won prom king. How can a non-popular guy win prom king? I guess the answer is to walk around in circles and say good morning to everyone. And that story, to me, is just so ironic. And that's why I based my first paper in college on it. And the title of this video is the exact same title that I used on that paper. Good morning, says the king. I also got an A on that paper. Okay, so there's a little more insight into my life. Do you have any funny, ironic stories in yours?